Josephine walked stiffly to her car. Her heart raced. She needed to act fast. Everything she had built, on lies and manipulation, was about to come crashing down. If Philip spoke, if anyone believed him, the truth about her children, her position, and her marriage would be exposed. No. She had to silence him. Permanently. She turned back to where Joy was still scolding her son. With a fake smile stretched across her face, she approached. "I'm really glad he's out," she said, placing a hand gently on Joy's arm. "I'll talk to my husband about getting him into the university. He needs a future." She turned to Philip. "Did he write UTME this year?" Joy shook her head and looked at Philip, whose face was still cast downward. "No. I was planning to save up for next year's." Josephine reached into her purse and brought out 100,000 naira. "Use this to register him. He deserves a chance." Joy burst into tears, thanking her repeatedly. Josephine smiled, promising more help after speaking with her husband. But behind her kind words was a plan steeped in darkness. Some days later, in a calm, air-conditioned office, Aid sat across from his doctor. "Doctor," he said slowly, "what do you mean I've been infertile all this while?" The doctor cleared his throat. "Sir, I know this is difficult. But based on your test results and past medical history, it appears you've been sterile since your youth. Likely due to the lifestyle you lived." Aid frowned. "Impossible. I have children. 3 of them." "That's for you to figure out, sir," the doctor replied gently. Aid sat in silence, the truth sinking in like a knife. Later that week, Barrister Jessica slid a document across his table. "Please sign here, sir." "But, are you sure you want to leave out Jeremiah and the others from your inheritance?" Aid leaned back and sighed. "Would you believe me if I told you Josephine's children are not mine?" He told her everything, the doctor's report, the secret DNA tests, the shocking results. Only one child was truly his. Philip. The boy he had ignored all his life. Days passed. One evening, Josephine brought up the topic of Philip again. "I spoke with your son today," she began carefully. "I still think we should support him, maybe let him attend tutorials here at home with Jeremiah." Surprisingly, Aid agreed. "He's my son. Let him come." But Josephine had something else in mind. Her plan was clear: Philip must not live to expose her. The day Philip began his tutorials, he arrived at the mansion and was ushered into the living room. His eyes widened at the sheer display of wealth. He silently regretted the years he had spent resenting his mother. As he wandered the hallway, he bumped into Josephine, dressed in a short gown. A wicked thought crossed her mind. She walked toward him seductively. This was her opportunity. Philip backed away. But before he could process what was happening, Josephine screamed. "Help! Somebody help me! He tried to force himself on me." The security guards rushed in. Philip, shocked and confused, didn't even resist. He knew instantly, this was no accident. This was war. Truth revealed. Aid returned home to chaos. The staff were gathered. Josephine was crying, accusing, painting herself as the victim. But Aid said nothing. He walked past them all, into his study, and opened his laptop. He had installed secret CCTV cameras weeks ago. He watched the entire scene play out, Josephine luring Philip, then screaming. Without a word, he called the police. When they arrived, Josephine was quick to act, pointing fingers at Philip, recounting her false tale with practiced tears. But instead of arresting Philip, the officers turned to her. "You're under arrest." "What?" "There must be a mistake," she shouted. Then Aid played the CCTV footage for everyone to see. The truth silenced the mansion. Josephine was taken away. In her prison cell, she tried desperately to reach Chief George, but he was out of the country. None of his numbers went through. She was truly alone. Aid pressed charges for paternity fraud. Philip also filed for false accusation and defamation. As for Aid, he was broken. He wept in private and in public, begging Joy for forgiveness. He swore to make things right. Joy listened, but refused to return to him. Too many wounds. Too much time lost. A new beginning. Philip received a scholarship to study abroad. Aid promised to support him all the way, doing all he could to be a father, finally. And as for Jeremiah and his sister, Aid continued to sponsor them. Though not biologically his, they were children he had raised and cared for. But everyone knew, everything had changed.